Whoops, I'm a Cowboy is a Fleischer Studios Betty Boop cartoon from 1937. This is directed by Dave Fleischer. We have a voice cast including Mae Questel and Jack Mercer. And it's been a while since I watched a Betty Boop cartoon, and I just suddenly decided that I was in the mood to watch one, and this was just one that I picked at random. And in general, it's okay. I think we could have done with a bit more Betty Boop, and I think the ending could have been a bit different. So I will recap briefly what happens throughout the cartoon and then share my thoughts on the ending. But in general, it wasn't a bad experience. Betty Boop would rather be with a cowboy than with Wiffle Piffle. So Wiffle Piffle decides to go on to train to be a cowboy. And we have a series of clips of him, I guess, doing traditional cowboy things and learning the ropes. It's very slow. There is a decent amount that happens, but it's still quite slow. So I think they could have maybe quickened it up a bit, thrown in a few more different things, maybe making it a little bit more engaging. But I do like the concept, and I don't hate the execution. So in general, it was not too bad, and I think Wiffle Piffle is a pretty interesting character as well. So I liked the concept. The execution was okay. It was fun. I just think they could have done a little bit more with it. The animation is great. We have a really nice backdrop when Wiffle Piffle is training to be a cowboy, and the backdrop when we're in the house with Betty Boop. I think it was the house. It was an indoor environment anyway. It looked fine. Absolutely no issues with that. The character designs are very good, and what we get, as I said, was good. I just think we could have got a little bit more. But I didn't love the ending, because at the very end, it ends with Wiffle Piffle, and I was waiting for him to go back to Betty Boop, to go back as a trained cowboy to see if she would be interested in him, and it just never happened, and I just felt like the ending was really abrupt, and I needed it, in fact, to circle back to Betty Boop, because it is a Betty Boop cartoon, and it's kind of like Wiffle Piffle did all of this training, and then never really got to show it off. So the ending just felt a little weak to me, and I think they could have done something a little bit more with it. So what we got was good, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. But in general, it was fine. It's not a bad story. It's not a bad cartoon. Obviously, the animation and voice acting are not bad either. All things considered, Whoops, I'm a Cowboy is an okay Betty Boop cartoon. It's not the strongest, but I'd say it's one that's still worth watching.